Let's start with 4 fast and easy action steps you can take right now. Practical things you can do right now that while you're going through the course, you've done some updating, done some things to give you a chance to be found and maybe a recruiter reaching out to you just by doing a couple little things quickly here. And then we'll go into great detail throughout the rest of the course as we build out everything, of course. But I want to give you a couple things that you can do right away to be successful. One thing that you can really make a quick impact is your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, that's okay. Go to the section on building your LinkedIn profile, start that section from scratch or from the beginning, and walk right through that step by step, and then you'll have a beautiful LinkedIn profile. What I'm talking about right now is if you have a LinkedIn profile, just a couple things to do quickly that'll only take a few minutes, hopefully a few minutes, so you can be updated and be found right away. And one of the reasons that's so important is LinkedIn, 87% of recruiters are using LinkedIn to find people, 94% use it to vet people. A better optimized LinkedIn profile increases your views by 132%, and you get 3 times the amount of search appearances. So just this little bit can make a big difference, and then doing the full part of that LinkedIn section can make a huge difference for you. So things to do in LinkedIn that are real quick and easy fast. One is make sure your contact info is up to date. You might not have looked at LinkedIn for a while. Some people look in all the time and use the social media aspect of it. Other people don't look at LinkedIn until they need a job search or something. So make sure your contact info is up to date. Your email and your mobile phone number, that's up to date. And then also that you have an up-to-date and good-looking picture and headline statement. And what do we mean by that? Well, picture is the picture on your LinkedIn profile. And it's the first thing people see is that picture. They're going to make that immediate impression of you just by your picture. Here's 2 sample pictures, for example. And you can see the one on the top is a good picture. Nothing fancy. Has some trees in the background. You just want some type of neutral background. It could be like an office building or something like that behind. Just so they can see you as your professional self. The one on the bottom, not so good. Maybe I'd want to interview his girlfriend or his friend there. I don't know. But you can just see how that's not a good picture, both from a content standpoint and framing standpoint, but just it looks all red and everything too. So your picture can make a big difference. Again, you can jump right to that section as far as the picture goes. One little fun thing there, and don't get distracted with this one, but I came across as a site called PhotoFeeler, photofeeler.com. And you actually upload your picture and people will rate your picture that are all part of this. And you can really go down a rabbit hole in this, and people are rating pictures, but they'll rate you for business. Like in this picture here, they were rating, people aggregate rated her as, looking at the picture, they thought she was competent, likable, and influential. So if you're unsure, you can play around with PhotoFeeler. But when in doubt, just have a nice professional picture. And then the last part of this LinkedIn, quick thing to do. There's a lot to do with LinkedIn. We got a whole section on it. But something to do quickly is your headline statement. That's the part here where you see underneath Christina's name where it has digital marketing manager hiring UI UX designer, right? So that's the headline statement. So they're going to see your picture first, then they're going to see your name and then go right to that statement. So below the blue line is a better way to maybe do that headline statement. There's more keywords in there for searches, SaaS, CRM, B2B, B2C, senior digital marketing manager. So you're selling yourself a little bit better, but also putting those keywords for that searching so people can find you on LinkedIn, recruiters can find you on LinkedIn. So while you're going through the entire course, maybe people are looking for you while you go. So, and we got a whole section on this and a whole section on a lot of other examples on headline statements too, but this will give you an idea. So look at your LinkedIn profile the way you, like a hiring manager or recruiter would, and say, well, do I sound appealing or interesting to people? And just do that quick little update. Don't do the full thing. If you're going to do the full thing, go right to that whole section in the course. But just do these quick updates can make a big difference. So that's number 1. Number 2, as far as 4 fast and easy action steps, is your resume or CV, and doing just a quick, fast update on that. And if you're not sure the difference between the two, don't worry. We'll have a whole lesson on the difference between a resume and CV. It usually doesn't matter, and wherever you live, whatever part of the world you live, usually uses one predominantly versus another. In the United States, for example, they use resumes, maybe a CV for academia, whereas in the United Kingdom, they'll typically use CVs, for example. So you know what you use. So you just want to make sure it's up to date real quickly, though. Again, we have a whole big course within the course around design of resumes and CVs. Again, make sure your contact info is up to date. Yes, I have received resumes from people, and I try to contact them, and I can't because their email's bad. They got a new email. don't make it hard for people to find you. Look at your current or most recent job. Again, a lot of people don't update their resumes or CVs until they need to look for a job. So make sure that's all up to date. It might be 5, 6 years old or more in some cases. So look at that. And plus, because of that, add any new milestones that you might have come across. Maybe you've learned some new skills or some things that are more important in your industry, or that you've got some certifications or things that you want to now add into your resume, or achievements. You've got some measurable results from getting projects done on time or building a new website, whatever it might be. Just make sure you're quickly, again, we have whole sections to build from scratch, but quickly look at your current resume or CV and then update that as necessary with these 3 parts: contact info, your most recent job, and adding skills or achievements. Third big thing you can do that's really easy is you've got that resume now set. Is it ready for computer resume or CV ready for computer scanning? In today's world, it has been for a long time. People are going to find your resume or CV, or they're going to evaluate it by having a computer algorithm look at it first, looking for keywords, looking for the matchup to a job description. So you want to make sure that your resume or CV is real friendly to be read by computer scanning systems. And there's a great tool you can use. It's a free tool. We talk about later in the course too, but just you can do it right away. It's called JobScan. It's at jobscan.co. And what you do is you can paste your resume, you paste a job description or a CV, and then it scans it and then gives you a rating and some tips around what to do to improve your document for scanning. And this is a screenshot from the website. You can see it's paste your resume. You could just insert the word CV because you're basically putting text in there, so that works too. It should work fine. Put in your resume or CV. On step 2, you paste in a job description. So go find a job description online that's something similar to what you're interested in. Hit the big blue scan button. And what will happen is it'll spit back information giving you a match rate. The higher the number, the better. This one's 68%. You want to try to be around 80% or higher, but if you're in the 70s for this quick part, that's okay too. And it's going to give you a feel for how well your document is being able to be scanned and matched to that particular job description. It's matching up keywords, it's matching up phrases, matching up what they're looking for. So if you find you're in the 30s or 40s, you might want to just jump right to that resume and CV section, spend a little more time on that, and then try the job scan again to see if you can improve that number. Again, it's matching one particular resume or CV versus one particular job description, so it's not universal, but it'll give you certainly some directional accuracy around that, and something you can do real fast and easy, takes just a minute or two. And then lastly, the 4 fast and easy action steps activity is to post your resume or CV to a job aggregator. And the job boards that you could do too, they are different. We talk about that, but a job aggregator, a job board, just search in Google or Bing for job aggregator and your country name, or you could probably just search for it, automatically pull up, based on your location, and find a job aggregator that way. One that's a good one here in the United States, and there are many parts of the world, is Indeed. And when you go to Indeed, you have the, what kind of jobs you're looking for and what location, and that's a way to find job descriptions and find jobs. But as you can see right below that, they have a spot where you can post your resume. It only takes a few seconds, they say, so it only takes a few seconds. And you can post your resume and get it out there. And why not? While you're going through the course, maybe you'll get some bites, right? So why not do that? So here are 4 fast and easy action steps you can do right now before you go through the whole long course. Here's some tips so you can get started right away. Fast update to LinkedIn, fast update to your resume or CV. See if your resume or CV is good for computer scanning, make adjustments as necessary, and then uploading that to a job aggregator to get you out there. So you're out there on LinkedIn, you're out there on a job aggregator, and you're going through the course and getting ready for interviews and all that other stuff. And while you're going through the course, hopefully you'll get somebody who want to talk to you or learn more about you. Maybe set up an interview. Wouldn't that be great? I wouldn't count on it, but it doesn't hurt to have it out there for sure. So with that, and again, if any of these parts of the course, you could just, as you're looking at that LinkedIn part and you're saying, oh gosh, I need to do so much more work, just jump to that whole section and complete that whole section. That's perfectly fine, resume, CV, whatever it is you need right now. So as we continue on with the course, The next lesson is a little bit more encouraging, I'm hoping for. It talks about the positive aspects of a job search and all that, to be encouraging for you, positive for you, give you some confidence. So it's a good lesson to watch. And then we get everything else is really, really super practical to the things that you can use to make a difference to help you be even more successful in your job search and have you set up and successful for interviews and later, negotiating and getting job offers. Because in the end, that's what this course is all about. Only one thing, that's helping you find your next great job, your next career move that you're looking to make. And I'm here for you to help you do that. So let's get started and get really into the course. But these 4 fast and easy action steps, do them. They can maybe pay off for you real quickly.